As a result of this authoritarian Hunger Games 1984 dystopian mess, it's more important now to look on American history and to look at our founding fathers and learn how they thought, learn how they moved through the world, learn how they protected themselves and they kept themselves safe before they even decided to fight, and even after they decided to fight, in case the government decides to fight, because I think it's already decided to fight. Why else are they purging? Why else do they have the city surrounded by military? And why else are they purging the U.S. the U.S. military? So, like, it's more important for you to learn how to use your firearm skills. It's more important for you to build your community. It's more important for you to, like, learn friend from foe. It's more important for you to, like, stick up to your ideals and open your businesses and go to your churches and worship and do those things, because the government's going to continue coming for them. And when we don't have those things, you're not free. You're not even living. Those are the things that make humanity, life worth living, and we have to protect them at all costs. We can't allow the government to continue pushing this fascist mess. We got to stop listening to the law. We have to stop breaking the law. We have to stop following the orders, these unconstitutional edicts. We got to start just telling these governors and the police to fuck off when they're doing shit wrong. But we also have to praise the ones when they're doing shit right, because we have to let them know. We have to reward statesmen and stateswomen, and we have to punish authoritarian garbage. We have to send a message. We have to show these assholes, these establishment swamp creatures, that there's punishments for what they're doing. Damn, I'm dying. Excuse me. Need a dust in here. But yeah, no, there's just no other way. We have to be civilly defiant. We have to be insanely, belligerently vocal. And we have to show it to them. We have to vote with our wallets. We have to vote with our actions. We have to vote with our minds, thoughts. We have to put our whole being into this. We'll be willing to sacrifice everything we have. We have to be willing to freeze to death for New Valley Forge. That goes back to taking a lesson from our founding forefathers. If you're not willing to die for what you believe in, if you're not willing to sacrifice for what you believe in, do you really believe in it? And then you get all these people that are like, I can't do anything but because I have to take care of my children. Well, what kind of world are you leaving to your children by just making sure they raised and like, isn't doing something about this authoritarian mess, doing shit for your children? You may die, you may sacrifice your life, but you give your children a better world. You may go to prison and the gulag for speaking out against the machine, but your children might wake up in a better world. That's what drove on our founding forefathers. That's what motivated them. They had children, they had families, they had jobs, they had animals they had to take care of. They had a life that's harder than your life. It's easier for you to do things without sacrificing things than it was for them, because their life was pretty much work from fucking sun up to sundown. You know how hard it was to live back then? But they still managed to do it. They still managed to figure it out. We've become soft. We've become complacent. And as a result, we're losing our republic and we're losing our constitutional rights. And it's time for us to look back. It's time for us to read the Federalist Papers. It's time for us to read the Anti-Federalist Papers. It's time for us to learn both sides of our government again. It's time to learn what the compromise was and why it was so important. And it's time to, like, respect the damn Constitution. It's time to enforce it. You live in a place where you can't carry guns, get hundreds of thousands of people together, carry a gun, and walk down Main Street together. They're not going to arrest you all because they can't. Be civilly defiant. Stand up for your fucking rights. Or you don't fucking deserve them. Benjamin Franklin said those that give up a little bit of essential liberty for a little bit of security deserve neither and get neither. I paraphrased a bit there, but you get what I'm fucking saying. You give up your rights for security, you're going to get that little temporary security, and the government's going to turn around and use that power to fuck you in the ass, and then you're going to have no fucking security. They're doing it now. You gave the government too much power, and now they're coming for your guns, they're coming for your speech, they're coming for your assembly. They're practically quartering troops in the goddamn Capitol. They're talking about drone strikes and assassinations. And you can keep telling me that I'm going crazy for that, but I'm going to keep fucking telling you, when you say we're using Iraqi tactics, that is what we did in Iraq. We did drone strikes and CIA assassinations and shit. So if we're going to use that here, that's what that fucking means. That's what that tells me. And it's all fucking happening under Biden, not the orange man, Biden. I've been trying to tell you this. Both choices, Biden and Trump, were fucking horrible fucking choices. But when given a choice between drowning in a fucking ocean of shit and being slightly inconvenienced, I'm going to choose Trump and be slightly inconvenienced. I'm not going to choose drowning in a fucking ocean of shit like you chose for me. Like Biden and Harris, the Democrats are worse. They are the party of the Dixiecrats. They are the party of slavery. They are the party of every act of American fuckery in the entire United States history. Every major act of heinous fuckery the American people have committed on other people have been the Democrats. The Republicrats, the establishment swamp creatures. And you put them back in fucking office because Orange Man bad. No, how about we get rid of Orange Man and those garbages and we put in a fucking stateswoman or a statesman. Somebody that actually gives a fuck. That isn't partisan. That isn't a fucking totalitarian fascist board. I don't want left boot or the right boot. I don't want to lick any fucking boots. I want to be fucking free. I want my fucking constitution. I want a government for the people, of the people, by the people. Not a state for the corporations, by the corporations, of the corporations. That's not how we live. We can't survive in this fascist mess. We got to open our schools up, send our kids to be educated. We have to open our businesses up and get the economy moving. We have to make a living again. We have to live. Because otherwise, what's the fucking point? That's the whole meaning of life. And you're allowing the government to restrict it. And you're calling people that say otherwise fascists. When you're the ones checking every checkbox and is this fascism column? I'm just fucking saying. But anyway, this is all we have for today. As always, I'm Doc Camo. This has been my thought of the day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.